shame.
You just got to drop your brain gremlins there, so we are live.
Ooh.
So yeah, as I was saying, remember last time you guys wrapped up that last mission on the mining colony, and you got tons of salvage, and what was it? Let's scroll up there. You got 15 experience. You got a Barab ingot kyber crystal. You got the Beskar hunk, which you guys got to tell me what you do with that, unless Bob stole it because he's a Mandalorian after all. And you
He's not a
guys,
thief.
well, that would just be his cut of the bounty since he's a Mandalorian. Beskar's part of his religion, along with weapons. And you
I
guys
pray to
made.
my Beskar and my gun.
This is my Beskar, and this is for fun. You guys made 20,000 in salvage.
Wait, did you
Sadly,
give us that math?
I did. I put it. If you scroll up a little, you'll see that it's up there.
Oh, I didn't math out our math though. Look at that.
Well, we
Why?
did. We did kind of really run over because it was the last. Bob was off of school for summer, and we went really late. But it was awesome because Bob got some awesome rolls for his last cool
Let
game
me
of the
give me
summer.
homework.
Now we just
Oh my
need to get
God, I
Bob in
had a
more
conversation.
games.
Oh my God, I was talking to Bob. Bob's dad had a conversation with me where he explained to me that our child could not play until midnight during the school year, and I kind of looked at him like I didn't realize that was even on the table for discussion. Are you telling me that it would be irresponsible for our high schooler every other week to stay up till at least midnight just to play Star Wars with me? You don't
I
say.
mean, it sounds like to me you're negotiating when the cutoff time is, not that there is a cutoff time.
Well, not if it starts at 9 o'clock when his bedtime is 9 o'clock. Or maybe it's 9:30. I don't know. It's hard to know what time his bedtime is. He's in high school.
I mean, it's high school. How many of us actually stuck to a bedtime?
He does because he's going to he wants to go to Berkeley. He has a very strict schedule. My kid is ridiculously awesome, but also just ridiculous.
Yes, he is.
Okay, but you were telling us things and I got sidetracked.
It's
Sorry.
okay. So, did you get a chance to peruse the job? I mean, I'm totally gonna.
Oh,
Either way, speak it the words aloud for the job.
speak it into existence for us. David wasn't with us last time, correct? It was just the three of us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do math. Math. Okay, so
Oh, yeah. Do you know how much experience we got last time?
15 experience.
I didn't.
So I think I left before. Do you know what we're at for total?
No clue. Because
Okay.
everybody's at a different number right now, so it's really fun that way.
Okay.
Butt heads.
So you guys have
Okay,
a
so
nifty job with a client by the name of Joran Tobeck. He's a human. He's over at Port Casa in the Outer Rim. He's a well-known shady salvage dealer, and he has a derelict Republic frigate that, during the Sith and Republic War, he, according to his contacts, which he's saying it's 100% legit, he has located this derelict Republic frigate that just needs a few vital components, which he's willing to provide. And thankfully, your brilliant mechanic who will be NPC'd by me today because Zeke was not here with us tonight, will totally be able to put these parts in the hyperdrive of the frigate to make it operate and get where you need to get going. You just need to get him to the engine room of this frigate and give him a bit of time to work on it, and everything should be fine. And then you'll be piloting this frigate over to the Port Tessa salvage yard where Magister Feldunos, a Falline, a kind of guy, he's a little bit of a double dealer. He'll follow through on what his deals are, but he often hedges his bets especially when it comes to salvage jobs. He'll totally drop the job onto multiple people's laps and see which one comes through. Hopefully, the one that's being offered less money.
Okay.
But he is offering you guys just to show up and drop off the parts 3,600 credits. And if you can get the frigate back, 20% salvage rights for whatever they can get off the ship. But they warn you it's going to take them like 2 months to assess what's, salvageable on this monstrosity.
Ooh.
And of course, if you want to put that 20% into ship mods, they will gladly put that percentage of repairs into ship mods. Because after all, salvage yards, they've got the mods. They've got the stuff. So before you guys picked up the crate of emergency repair parts you need, that includes 5 emergency repair patches, which can be used on ships or robots. Is there anything you guys spent your ill-gotten gains or experience on?
Well, I just collected my experience 5 seconds ago, and I'm good.
Okay, so
I collected mine 5 seconds ago and spent it.
Of course you did.
Because you've got all that force stuff. Of course it disappeared fast.
Yep. So now I have force
I
rating
just
5.
don't know where my book is.
So now I need to actually buy force powers. So
You've been practicing
I
the
don't have
dark side
powers.
talents. You're just like, now I have even more force.
and
I don't
now I
believe
can
in
just,
force powers. It sounds fake to me.
say now if I can just get like 300 experience, I could do like some awesome force lightning. But
Ooh.
First time you do force
I might believe
lightning.
in the force if I see that.
First time you do the force lightning, everybody's gonna be like, I think he's one of the baddies.
he's gotta die.
Oh, don't you know baddie is a compliment nowadays, guys?
So is there any
All right, so we're heading.
precautions or anything you're doing before heading on out? Besides telling Zeke to not mess it up. Zeke, what? Don't mess shit up.
No, I'm just here for the ride. Are you gonna do your force seeing to the future thingamajiggy, or you cannot do that anymore because you're not light sighter anymore?
Oh, I can do that.
Oh wait, I bet there is something I'm supposed to do. Aren't we supposed to roll our destiny?
We are.
Nope.
We've rolled half of our destiny. There we go. There's the other half of the destiny. One light side and one dark side.
Look at me being excited like I remembered something that everyone else already did.
As we know, it balance to the force.
Probably third down. Okay, sure. I will use 4C to take a look into the future.
Ooh, that's all kinds of interesting. 5 force dice.
You 5 force dice. I don't know why the other dice rolled.
That's because I've got stuff in the dice pool still.
Oh, okay. Um, it's early. I'll just use one dark side pip.
Okay, so as
Unless now with my morality of 39, you'll let me go back to being a light side character.
I mean, as long as you do some heroic light side act, you could totally come back from the dark side.
All right. Well, because I have like 20,000 credits I can donate to or 30,000 credits I could donate to people to be have a heroic nice act. Go open an orphanage or.
You're gonna do the
Can I go open an orphanage? I feel like I missed something.
I have to do some good deed to besides earning morality points. I have to do some good deed to go back to being a light side character. So that's to
But
decide
you
what that is.
saved all people. You saved all those people from getting squished, and then 2 episodes later you're back to being evil. I feel like this is a credit score and it's a scam.
Oh no, I was evil at that point, but I was but so my character is evil because he uses the dark side, right? Because he takes power that is unearned versus just being a morally bad person. So
Right, but you got flipped when you saved all those people from the place that we exploded. You flipped, and then an episode later, you got flipped back to quote unquote evil, which is why I think it's a credit score and it's a scam.
oh, I changed my headset.
Isn't everything the Jedi Council tells you a scam?
I mean, yes. I mean, no, I wouldn't say anything mean about the Jedi. I don't know that the Jedi are real. I don't think they exist. The Force is pretend, not real.
Okay, so as we have this montage of the dude kicking the last cargo box onto your cargo deck, and Zeke was locking them down so they're all magnetized to the hull plating, and the ramp goes up, and you guys go flying, and you've got his coordinates to the salvage site, totally above board, not shady at all. Totally shady. All of a sudden, Cassox goes into his little meditation. And of course, in his force meditation, the force goes in many directions forward and back in time, as our own little sleeper has awoken. Doesn't hurt that I was just watching Dune 2 before we gamed. As you see, one path lies into you guys flying off and opening an orphanage somewhere for a bunch of youths, and Castox being celebrated as a champion of the lights and being initiated into the Jedi Order, and then something very opposite happens of you guys being attacked by a Sith patrol craft and captured and being dragged off to the Sith Empire's territory. Obviously,
No.
obviously your vision is telling you that the area where you're going, there may in fact be, as you're getting these group of hallucinations of different aspects, there may be a Sith patrol boat, one of those little armored 4 Sith fighter type patrol ships that have about 20 soldiers on board, floating around in the area you're heading. And more importantly, the one vision that really sticks is that you guys are floating towards the exact replica of the hollow you were shown of this ship floating around in a massive wreckage of other ships. And as you guys are floating towards it, very calmly, very well piloted, you totally realize that 2 of the turbo laser turrets on this derelict powered down wreckage light up, and as soon as you get within proximity of the ship's sensors, both cannons turn towards you, and they give a double salvo of turbo laser shots that blows your ship up. Or all of a sudden you blink and you manage to dive into the airlock that has a very weak blue field glowing on it before the turbo lasers have turned from their other target onto you, as they were just blowing up a chunk of wreckage.
Okay, I need to mute and take care of the dogs. I am so sorry. I will be right back.
Okay, should we take a quick 5?
I know that we just started, but yes, please.
Okay, let's take a quick 5.
Sorry.
I mean, I got laundry to do and stuff, because I have to go to the office tomorrow. We'll be right back.
Can you get? Is anyone? Everyone else gone still?
I'm back.
Okay. Hi. Okay. Mm. Oy vey. My dog's being buttheads.
It's because they want attention.
Yeah. Well, what they were doing is they decided they wanted to fight on my bed. And I have a very
Okay.
clear, you fight outside rule, and then they
Mhm.
started to go from play fighting to actual fighting. But I had to hose them down out back. And then as soon as they came to the house, they shook off all the water really hard.
I'm back.
Aloha! Guess it's time for doom and gloom.
But the most prominent vision you got of the future is you realize that the ship has point defense weapons that seem to be active. And in your most prominent good turnout of the future, you manage to find a way to send debris towards the ship, causing the ship's guns to turn and blow up the debris. And while they're busy, that's when you dart towards the one active hangar bay you see and make it inside.
All right. I'll relay that information. The
So I'm
ship's
gonna ask,
weapons may still be active.
do we think it's the weapons that are active, or do we think there's someone hanging out on that ship?
I don't know enough about that ship to know if it has its own self-defense function. Most Star Wars ships don't have a self-defense function. They have to be
Right.
fired by people.
I mean, if someone would
That
like
is.
to give me a knowledge warfare or a Republic knowledge lore check, I will accept either or.
Let's see.
I can give one, but probably won't succeed.
I have
Wait,
no,
what were the options? Warfare?
warfare or
knowledge,
education.
education if you have something regarding the Republic.
Okay. Nope.
I have 2 greens is what I got. I don't know what you got.
Yep. 2 greens. Oh.
Oh,
One success.
One success. So immediately Castox obviously was sitting in the HoloNet one day watching the old, Sith Republic World War II channel where they were showing the battle of different ships of the Republic, and you do recall that this class of ship used heavily used of robot gunners on the ships. They had basically like the very fancy astromechs, but as gunners, as well as munition handlers on the ship. So while there was a complement of about 200 sentient members that would control the group, they had gunners that would follow the commanding structure's orders to the T.
All right. So it's probably just going to be droids that are manning them.
Okay. So we can't convince droids though. Be easier to convince people.
I mean, technically in Star Wars rules, deceiving a droid is just like deceiving a person. I mean, manipulating some sentient droid versus a sentient person.
Okay, but being smart enough to press the shoot button does not quite count as sentient.
True, they could
Roger,
be
Roger.
simple droids, which would make it even
Mm-hmm.
easier to deceive them if you had some way of convincing them that you were someone of importance and rank in the Republic Navy.
We wouldn't be in the Navy. Come on. At least put us in the Marines. Jesus.
Well, I mean, the Marines would be the troops on the ship, not the troops that shoot the guns on the ship.
Okay, well, let's just say I don't know a lot about the military, but
To steal a joke from my brother-in-law, do you know what the Marines, and I think David would say the same thing, do you know what the Marines call the Navy? Transport.
see, I've heard jokes that I know that I don't want to be a Navy. Well, maybe I would want to be a Navy because I'm a one. Never mind. Okay, let's figure out how do we go.
As you've got a 2-day trip through hyperspace that you could utilize if there's any crafty trickery you'd like to come up with while in hyperspace.
Sorry,
You
say that one more
can't.
time.
You've got basically 2 days in hyperspace before you arrive.
Nothing jumps to my mind.
I mean, I'm looking at my skills, and I'm really good at agility. Gunnery is one of my specialties. But that doesn't really help us in space against other gunners.
I mean,
And my
that
stealth is for me as a person, not. Oh, I should look at my ship stats.
yeah, so gunnery is used for ship guns and very large, like Gatling gun rifles and stuff like that.
Right, but that doesn't help us against robots that are going to shoot at us. This we do.
Okay. Now, on the charts that your contact gave you, he warned that there was a debris field around this ship. Are you wanting to land at the safe distance away where you can clearly see the ship and the debris field, or do you want to land danger close to the debris field? In the field,
Well,
it might give you some protection. It will be a harder skill check. But outside the field, it could give you a chance to look and see before you proceed.
is I'm pretty sure you guys lost me. Oh no, I'm still connected. Yay. Um, that maybe we land at a distance, see what we can see. Maybe like shoot an asteroid at it or something. Like push to see what happens. Wait, are you guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Okay, good. Can you hear me? Okay.
I think appearing away from it, so you can plot a path safely through it versus just jumping into the middle of it. Sounds good.
Okay. Infinitely safer. Are you okay? Did a dog eat the microphone? Did we lose Megan?
Maybe.
Did the dog eat me?
Nope, I can hear you.
Okay. I just thought it was more dramatic that way, me saying that.
It'd be impressive if her dog eat you from that far away.
I mean, if that's the situation, then she has no reason not to come down to Tucson this weekend.
Yep.
I mean, we could use one other player for the Daggerheart game and for the murder mystery. Of course, if that was the situation, I'm pretty sure she'd say I have to get her a hotel at the casino. And speaking of ring
Welcome
calling,
back.
I
welcome back.
say fuck you.
What?
Again, I say fuck you. I switched my Discord and I say fuck you. I'm not coming to Tucson 2 weekends in a row. Even though you're trying to tempt me with a fucking murder mystery because you know that's my weak spot.
I know, because then you could do the murder mystery you missed last year, which is the one they're doing this weekend, and the one that's coming up in October. I can totally name drop the one on October is totally cyberpunk themed.
I I'm not coming to Tucson 2 weekends in a row.
I mean, we do have a twin queen room with a spare bed nobody's claimed yet.
No, this is my last weekend of pretending that I'm going to do absolutely nothing when really I have to con crunch. I'm supposed to have like I think like 20 or 30 parasols painted, and I have
Oh my god.
2.
Oh my god. So
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
point, as we do a shameless plug, I'm going to say you should totally sit there with your camera and record you painting a parasol for the upcoming parasol at Tucson Comic Con.
I am not painting them for a workshop. I'm painting them for purchasing at our booth.
For distribution. For whose booth at Tucson Comic Con?
The Arizona Browncoats. We will be having Firefly merchandise for the first time in 2 years. Ooh, ah.
Definitely something to look forward to.
And we're going to do a raffle on Sunday of the cutest little crochet knitted thingamajiggies of characters, and they are spectacular.
Yes, they are.
And I can say that especially since I didn't make them, because if I made them, they'd be little smiley faces. On a piece of paper, handwritten smiley faces.
But yes, there will definitely be pictures as well. I was looking at the
Yes,
Tucson Comic
lots
Con
and lots.
program last night, deciding what I can and can't get to. Not sure if you saw my post on the Arizona Browncoats Facebook page. We should totally get the crew together to play Artemis at least once.
I'm pretty maybe. I mean, we have a very loosey goosey schedule. It's kind of nice to not have to be scheduled to like run from panel to panel to workshop to panel to workshop to oh yeah, it's time to sleep.
What is the sleep you speak of?
That thing where we don't talk to each other for 2 hours. It's time to go, kids.
All you hear is noise as people are being rallied up to get back to the convention center. So, we get a screen swipe. Since you guys have...
No, never mind. Go ahead. No, we already made our decision. Never mind. No, screen swipe. Swipe.
Okay, we screen swipe to 2 days later as you guys pop out of hyperspace. A safe distance, doesn't even require any rolls or anything. As you pop out of hyperspace, you see up at a medium distance a big debris field that looks like, at first glance, a natural asteroid belt. And then you guys kind of squint through the viewfinders, you realize what should be an asteroid belt is glittering too much like black glass to be asteroids. And then I wait to see if someone wants to do a computer scan before I say more.
Well, Zico would love to do a computer scan.
Yes, Viqua loves his computer scans. And he like has all sorts of extra dice and stuff. He loves to make sure that his computer scans are super accurate.
Zico totally says some stuff in Rhodian as he gets up there. Wah, 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 with the subtitles that you understand what he's saying of, I have exceptional skill in this. Let me do it. So I sneak into his character sheet. This is what happens when you don't show up.
I like the note you left in my character sheet. It was very helpful.
As he totally does his check with the 2 successes and an advantage. As he looks back at the 2 of you and goes, guac, 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 in Rhodian. And the subtitles totally say, there's no ore in that asteroid field. It's all metallic debris of different ships. and he types in a few quick button strokes, and all of a sudden the display shows you the ship you're looking for is dead center the middle, and it blows up a little hologram of the ship looking exactly as the hologram you guys were shown. And it's kind of got a very open field around it where there is zero debris. It's almost oddly clear of debris around it from a close range. You know, with basic point defense weapons range.
So that looks like hmm.
And then he pulls up
That
the schematic for that advantage and basically says, "Ah, look, wah 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 wah," and it shows the solar system of all 5 planets. And at the very edge of your sensor scan, you see that there is a Sith Imperial ship cruising at the edge of the solar system. As long
okay.
as as long as you guys stay quietish, it should be fine. And
So
he
what I just heard is we're fucked. Uh, raise your hand if you know how to be quiet. Hey, look, no one's raising their hand.
as you look back at Zico and he's got his antennas up as a raised hand. And then he pulls up a quick schematic of the ship and he shows that this ship has 3 secondary engines running, keeping the secondary systems going. But it looks like just as you guys were told, the main engine and hyperspace engine are currently down.
Okay, so our goal is to not only go diving, we're trying to like drag the ship with us, right?
Well, you basically can park your ship in this ship, and if you can pilot it out, that would be the big payday. If you just drop off the crate, you'll get cash, and then the next salvage crew, it'll be their problem to install the parts. Which is also why you think he may be hiring multiple crews to do the same job.
Right. Okay. Okay. All right. This ship that is sitting there,
Uh huh.
how big is it in comparison to the ship that's patrolling?
So the patrol ship is about half the size of this frigate. The frigate is literally like a floating aircraft carrier sized ship. You know, it launches dozens of little tiny ships and has one or two ships your size that can dock inside it. Or you can go to the exterior docks and connect to the little hatches. So you can either opt to
Okay.
fly into, and Zico totally points out on the screen where there's a flickering environmental shield that's barely holding up. He totally tells you guac 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 in Rhodian, which translate at the bottom of the screen that I wouldn't shoot around in that hangar at all, but the shield looks like it'll hold for now.
Okay, but we have to worry about going and getting shot getting there,
This is true.
right?
At least from what
Yep.
your friend's visions tell you, and the fact that this ship has a ominous bubble of basically close range around it that has no debris banging into the ship.
And is it a full bubble around it, or is it like front versus back? And I know that we're in space and front versus back is a lie.
I get what you're saying, but it does look like it's completely 360 degrees up and down on a Z and Y axis clear, which means that their turrets must have a firing solution of the entire surface of the outside of the ship.
Okay.
I mean, technically, thanks to Zeke's role there, he also pulls up there's like 3 or 4 holes in the hull of the ship where it looks like it took some damage and explosively decompressed. You could park your ship next to that and just like tie a rope to it so your ship don't float away and spacewalk through the hole too. So you could go into the hangar that you don't want to shoot up or crash into. Roll well. Or you could attach to one of the airlocks outside the ship, which there are dozens and dozens of. There are openings that you could park your ship next to and basically spacewalk through the opening if you have a spacesuit. And you have one light side point to flip to say you have a spacesuit.
Okay, but my problem with all of these beautiful suggestions is that they all are ignoring the fact that we have to still get close enough to not get shot.
Oh, you see, that's not my problem. That's not a problem I have. I'm all about giving you options. None of
Oh
them
my
include
god.
a great way of getting through that unless you have a skill that you'd like to try to use to see if there's an option.
Um, I was looking at my beautiful little Starburn,
It's a
and
beautiful ship.
somehow I'm back at my own character sheet. Where'd my ship character sheet go? Da-da-da.
I mean, the Starburn's got a pretty picture on it. Look at that little cargo box. Literally, it's an
Yeah.
engine strapped to a school bus.
Hey, my Momnako is beautiful. I mean, my Starburn is beautiful. Let's see what my baby can do.
So you want to, at the top of the character sheet there, where it says character sheet, click vehicle sheet, and that'll give you your specifics.
Oh, well, I'm looking at my I'm on my Starburn character sheet.
There you go. So when you click ship, you can see you've got a silhouette of 5, which means you're about the as big a ship can come in here onto this ship. You have armor 4. Yes, you are an armored beast. You have speed of 3, but you do have -2 handling. So whenever you do any fancy flying, you get 2 black dice.
Which is all the time. I'm always doing
Unless,
fancy.
unless you have the talent skill jockey.
I
Get to be
do
on
have
your
the
pilot
talent.
tree.
I do have the talent skill jockey actually.
And how many
Those are the
ranks of
moon black.
skill jockey do you have?
1,200.
No, how many ranks?
I don't remember. I'm trying to find that. I have to switch sheets to find that.
Yeah, that'll be in your character sheet on the combat tab at the
Combat.
bottom.
I am a fuck a duck. Do, 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 do.
Only in
I
Star
don't
Wars
like
is that a metric. Obviously, Jawa holds up the duck and says, "This is fuck a duck," and he holds his hand up 5 times. Though he only has 3 fingers. They don't count thumbs for Jawas.
Apparently I'm still what? I'm only a rank 1. That doesn't seem right. I'm only rank 1 apparently. And so but whatever.
Hey, rank 1's good. It takes one of those negative dice out.
It does, but I thought I had put money into that, so I'm a little confused. Okay. Well, so Zequa, you got any? No, not Zequa. I'm sorry, Castox. You got any ideas for how we sneak past some killer robots that aren't very smart? Maybe, hopefully.
Does the ship have a what do they call that? Not a gravitron thing. Tractor beam.
Ooh, do you
Does your ship have a tractor beam?
Let's see if she has a tractor beam.
As Zequa looks back at both of you and puts his hands on his hips and says, which translates to, "I'm going back to the cargo hold to get the equipment ready. Of course our ship doesn't have a tractor beam. Nobody's put money in our ship." And he looks sad and walks away and kicks a spare nut that's on the ground.
But you know what is interesting is our beautiful Starburn has combat skills with a fucking lightsaber.
I mean, Technically, anyone can try to fight with a lightsaber. I wouldn't recommend it.
I'd like to actually. I would love to see Starburn grow a fucking arm and fight with a tiny little fucking lightsaber in space. Like that. Actually, I would like to see.
Hey,
Well,
have you
if you
watched
saw,
Andor?
I'm gonna say if you saw Andor, then you could see a ship with a lightsaber.
So Bob is watching it with me, and Bob decided that we were gonna watch it with 2 other people.
Oh
So
no.
I am so far behind because we're supposed to watch it on Mondays together, and we have missed like the last, I don't know, entire summer's worth of Mondays. And at this point, I'm just gonna fucking watch it on my own and just pretend like I pretend like I don't know what's going on when we get back to actually watching it as a group.
Let's just hope he's not watching this episode.
Motherfucker, go to bed if you're still awake.
Remember, you can watch it later.
And it'll be my statement will remain the same regardless of what time it is.
Poor guy's on lunch, killing time watching YouTube. Mom.
He's not allowed to have his phone on at school. They have rules about that.
Oh. See, hey, I'm just glad back in my day we didn't have more than the T9 phones, and even those were super rare because I would have been in trouble all the time.
Oh my god. I remember playing the first time I tried to text and drive with a fucking T9 phone. That was a nightmare.
Click, 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 click. Fuck, shit, fuck.
Right.
Click, click, click.
But at least, I was safe. I was very, very safe. Because it took one time, I was like, yeah, no, this is not a thing.
This requires 100% concentration.
Yeah.
So
Not a thing.
what is your guys' plan? As Zeke just, mumbles and wrote in as he walks by, and his little droid follows him, and is totally impersonating him with his hands on his hips as he walks.
So no, we do not have a tractor beam.
Okay. Can we use the ship to push objects to draw the attention of the ships to a different area without doing severe damage to our ship?
I mean, Aurora, you totally think a good captain could totally do it.
Well, yeah, and I'm beyond a good captain. I'm an excellent captain. Thank you very much.
Okay. We could push objects to distract the push objects close towards the ship, and then when they start shooting at those objects going towards the ship, then make a dart to the hangar bay.
So you think, yeah, so that was going to be my next question. Distract them and then hop on the ship directly, just like hop into the one with like the oxygen or whatever?
Yep.
I like it. What exactly, so are we just going to like push a bunch of asteroids?
Either asteroids or it sounds like there's a bunch of ship pieces out there.
Oh, that's right. You said that it wasn't any asteroids. It was all ship debris, right?
Yep, it's all ship debris. It's an artificial asteroid belt. And there's plenty of debris. Now, the question I have, as you're getting closer, you're not getting to like the kill box, but you're getting in the debris field. How many pieces of debris are you going to try to fender bend in the direction of the ship as decoys? The more, the easier it'll be for you to get on board the ship. But it's also more times you're playing bumper cars.
Right, there's possible outside damage.
And that's really why Zeke was walking away, because he's upset knowing that you're going to scratch the fenders.
Of my own ship.
We're going to let him have it.
Dude is a little possessive over something that doesn't belong to him. That's all I'm saying.
Well, remember, he is the one that has to fix it.
Not if he's never around. I take it to a different mechanic.
We're going to give him a reason to have a job. If we never scratch up the ship, then we don't need him.
Right?
You don't need to fix a ship that doesn't get hurt.
Right? You don't go to the doctor if you're healthy.
Yep.
I mean, definitely not wrong, but that ain't right.
Well, neither is falling asleep on us for the 12th time in a row.
Oh. Okay, so
So
you could push, let's say, 1 to 3 debris things towards there. The more you have floating towards there, the easier it's going to be for you to get, but it's also going to require more rolls for you to do the bumper cars and push it in that direction.
I think I'm going to start with the idea of doing 2, but if one of my thingies goes badly, then I'll go for a 3rd.
Okay.
And
Um,
what exactly am I rolling for bumper cars?
so and you're doing this safely or dangerously? I like how you just break into hysterical giggles when I ask this.
I mean, what's more fun is probably the dangerous way, but what do I have to roll for dangerous? What am
So
I
you're going to be getting 2 black dice for the ship's handling, which you negate one. You're going to be getting
Mhm.
a third black dice because you're in a debris field. You know, it's hard to push one thing and not have 20 other pieces of garbage hit your ship. And if you do it safely, you're just going to basically nudge the items like a pool ball so it's floating towards the ship, not too fast, not too slow. And that's 2 purple dice using your ship as a bulldozer. If you want to go crazy, it's going to be like you breaking the rack on a pool table, and it's going to go helter skelter, tons of debris flying towards the ship, guaranteeing you have the coast being clear to get in there without being shot because the guns are going to be shooting everything but you. So, harder to start or easier to, or harder to finish?
I mean, you gave me a really fun option or a really boring dull option. And I'm kind of insulted that you didn't even make it hard for me to choose. Of course, I'm going to hit them as hard as I fucking can and see what happens.
Okay, so 3 purple and 2 black against your piloting. So go ahead and make that first roll. If you succeed, a piece of debris goes flying. If you have 3 advantages, you can have a second piece of debris falling. And if you get a triumph, you could have all 3 in one shot, unless you want to use that advantage or triumph for something else. And your pool is ready.
I just flipped a light side point, so
Okay,
does that change
don't roll
anything?
yet. That changes the pool.
And this is space pilots, yes?
It's going to be space pilot. And I've got your upgrade in there for you.
Hi. I bet you never thought the day would come when I picked to do that willingly. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I got that triumph you mentioned.
You did get that triumph. You failed as you're just like, woo! And you jump in the seat with your cool ability and you slam the gas, and poor Castox grabs the next seat and jumps into it real quick as you go in there and start doing bumper cars with a bunch of the debris. For that big damn triumph, would you like a massive rainstorm of debris to go flying towards the ship?
I mean, I can't think of something better, so sure.
Okay, there's a massive debris storm in all different vectors and angles as things are crashing into each other and exploding and shooting debris towards the ship. What would you like for your advantage?
Um,
less damage to the ship.
yes, that.
Less damage to the ship. Okay, so the ship is not going to take any damage in the
Sweet.
traditional sense of hull damage. But since you did fail, do me a favor and go onto the ship's character sheet Go ahead and click on vehicle sheet.
Vehicle. You're gonna make me roll, aren't you?
Now scroll down. Oh god, your ship has a crit. See where it says roll critical, the big red scary button?
Yes.
See where it says critical roll offset? Go ahead and make that
Yes.
minus 40 a minus 30.
Okay.
And click outside the box once you change it to minus 30. And then click the
Okay.
big scary red button. As you
I don't
guys are
want.
flying through the slalom, massive debris field that you have created, and as you guys are flying towards the open hatch, all of a sudden you see cannons targeting lasers light up. They got little safety lights on both sides of the barrel that let you know the red and the green is lit up. As they start turning and you see the as they're vaporizing chunks of debris, but not anywhere close to you guys. And you hear like a whole bunch of the debris bouncing off the outside of the ship, and all of a sudden, your front deflector shield goes down. You lost power to shields. So the front shield is now currently reduced by 1, which means you have no shields at the front of your ship because all the little garbage has hit your shield projectors and cracked and broke them. We're not going to tell Zeke he's going to have to go outside the ship and fix those. Or maybe that's what Zeke was going to be doing when you guys land.
Ooh. Punishment for being a snarky butthead.
There you go. Now, as you are coming up, you're seeing the cannons blaring to destroy the debris field. You're barreling like a maniac. You're totally doing the crazy Ivan here. Go ahead and give me another piloting space to safely land in the hangar. You got this. You got this. Oh, look at you rolling so fast I couldn't flip that point. That's nice.
Wahaha.
So go ahead and give me that dark side point back. I'll have to use it later.
I don't know how to do that. Is it
Just
just
click use
going?
light side. There you go. It's the button.
Oh, I didn't do it, so he must have.
Yep.
Oh, you're okay.
There
You're
you go.
looking over my shoulder.
I'm looking over your shoulder. Okay, perfect. So I got the dark side back. As you come slamming into the hangar, you succeed at landing without taking any damage whatsoever. However, as you come landing in there, screeching to a stop, doing this beautiful, you know, Tokyo drift style landing, you notice that swaying on the light artificial gravity still on this deck, there were a bunch of ships on hoists and cables suspended out of your way. And as you land, there's a little tiny control panel kiosk that you guys clip. And as soon as this little control panel gets clipped and sheared off at the deck plating, you see some sparks happen as the panel goes flying off and smashes against the wall. All of a sudden, the 4 little fighters that are just basically little space fighters, not really, faster than light travel fighters like A-wings, come crashing down right in your exit vector, basically leaving a barrier between you and exiting the ship safely. I mean, you could always choose to drive through them if you want, but that'll just result in another crit.
Well, I mean, I did pick the exciting path.
You did. Exciting things happened. A whole chain reaction of exciting things. As you're still hearing
Yeah.
cannons outside the ship shooting into space. And your sensors are confirming that yes, there is a very light oxygen atmosphere in this hangar.
I mean, I was going to confirm by, stepping outside.
A la every sci-fi movie you should never see happen.
Yes. Duh. I live in space. Obviously, I always have oxygen wherever I go. Who needs to wear a space mask?
I'm immune to alien bird flu.
I'm immune to aliens spit on my face before it eats me.
I was going to say something wholly inappropriate, even at 10:30 at night.
That's okay. I had to completely distract myself from the line of thought from the Navy, so we're good.
So you guys have come to a stop, and after a few moments, you hear the cannons quiet.
So, Castox.
Yeah.
I am thinking that we should probably find the robots first.
From from my knowledge of the ship, from the documentary I watched, do I know if the robots would be like hive mind, like the BT droids, or the original BT droids, or are they all independent?
I
Normally,
love that you walked the documentary.
from what you remember seeing the propaganda commercials, is these
Mhm.
would probably be like astromech style droids that plug into the gun turret and control it from
Okay.
the turrets. So they're more independent.
Okay.
Go ahead
Uh,
and give me a I want to roll. Yeah, let me pull up sequel real quick.
Did
I want to
you
roll.
did you watch the follow-up documentary?
nope, got boring.
Go ahead and give me a vigilance check. We'll use that for an
Oh,
investigating check.
I'm good at that. Is the pool ready?
Actually, it is not. Hold on just a sec.
Okay.
Should have done that first.
Excuse me.
Okay, go for it when you're ready.
Apparently, I'm not good at it.
You're not
2 failures with 5
100%
advantages.
sure. But what would you like all those advantages for?
This is for knowing about the droids, or if they're controlled. So I don't know about the droids, but I know the layout of the ship. To know where the what important rooms would be important. Do you know what room we have to take these parts to the guy that we're looking for?
So Zequa is, totally gearing up with his load-bearing kit, all the pieces onto his armor, so it's easier to walk around with the items. And he says these will need to go to engineering or the secondary engineering location, which I don't know where they are. As he takes a little sucker finger and scratches his temple because he doesn't have schematics. But he's sure if you get
Okay.
on the ship, you guys should be able to find schematics on a terminal.
Okay. Can I say with some of the advantages, I know where the secondary engineering is?
Ooh, I will give that to you.
Nice.
And then
So you
I
do
assume that.
know from where you guys landed in the ship that you just need to go. You need to find the nearest turbo lift and go down 2 decks, and there should be the emergency engineering section in the heart of the ship.
Okay.
Oh, here's a question. In engineering, can we disable the weapons?
You ask Zequa that, and he's like, that's a good question. You, Captain, are full of good questions. And he scratches his
Sequel wouldn't say
forehead,
that.
and as
No, not at all.
he pulls up the in fact as he takes some strain thinking so hard and giving Captain compliments. In fact, if we go to secondary engineering, we could in fact shut off the 4 sections of the ship's weapons power supply. Basically choke the weapons with no power.
I think that that's an excellent idea. Look at that, Zequa. When you're nice to me, I'm nice to you. And your eyes aren't even bleeding from giving me compliments.
I have compound eyes. Why would they bleed? As he's contemplating your backhanded comments.
He's never said a nice thing to me in all the years that we've played together.
He just said something
Even
nice to you, and now you're being meany but to him.
I am commenting on the body snatching. It's so very obvious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He even burned me in our new game.
Okay.
It's all love. It's fun.
Okay, so the second engineering.
Second engineering we go.
Zeke was, coming up behind you guys a safe distance with the equipment because he doesn't want any of it getting destroyed. And he looks at the front of the ship and sees that the shield generators are all jacked up from your piloting. And he makes some comment about you give Aurora a spaceship and she turns it into a paddle. And he references Rhodey and Pickleball.
And I remind him that he works for me on my ship. And if I want to play handball or tennis with my ship, I'm allowed to.
And as you say that and start heading off, he pats the starboard and says, There. She doesn't know what she says. And I'm assuming one of you locks the ship up, right?
Obviously. Beep beep.
Okay. You guys go up to the closed door there. Zequa does some quick Zequa shit to the control panel, and the door opens up. And as soon as the door opens, the hallway on the other side, immediately the motion sensor lights start turning on a nice faint red light. It's enough to see by and not trip by, but it's not really bright. And you do see there's bits of like panels in the ceiling have broken off and hit the ground. There's people have left items that they threw just randomly. And, is that a body around the corner, you think? And you clearly see an arrow pointing main lift off to the right.
Okay. So, and the body's to the left?
The body is off to the left, crumpled up against the wall.
Do I need to roll for perception to see how old it is?
Give me a hard perception or an average medicine. Which one would you like to do?
Let's see. You said medicine or perception?
Yeah, 2 purple to medicine because it's easier to use medicine for this, so it's an easier roll, or a hard perception.
Well, let's go with medicine.
Okay.
And I saw you flip. So you did?
I'd say I can make a perception check.
What's your perception?
A yellow and 2 green. And I remove the black.
Yeah, go for it. It's much better than what I got.
Okay, so harder perception.
Okay.
He doesn't believe in medicine. He believes in space ghosts.
3 success, 2 threat.
Okay, so you clearly look at this body and you're just like, this body is old. And with your medicine check, you clearly see the skull is cracked, like they were running down the corridor really fast. And probably an explosion or something shook the ship. And the person lost their footing and like racked their skull right to the wall and fell to the ground and died shortly after. And this is like 8 years ago that this happened.
So apparently the guy was a klutz and died.
And
well,
obviously
damn.
there was enough oxygen here that his body could naturally degrade. So it doesn't look
Okay.
like this deck was bent into space or anything to preserve the corpse. As you kind of kick him over and you see he's all desiccated and his limbs are locked in the dried, shriveled positions.
Well, I, for one, am very glad that I asked.
And for 2 threats, go ahead and take strain as this guy looks at you and he reminds you of someone you killed once upon a time.
Okay.
Yee.
Okay.
But for your 3 successes, I will say he is wearing a Republic uniform of a low-ranking officer.
Okay. Does it look like it'll fit?
It does. Go ahead and give me another perception check real quick. There'll be no negative consequences to the roll.
Okay.
If you succeed, it will fit you. If you fail, it will fit your captain. If you succeed,
Ooh.
it is sized for a person that in their life was about your height. Thankfully,
Okay.
they cracked their skull open, so none of the blood is really on the uniform except for a few globules that hit the shoulder.
Okay.
And the
But
fact
that's
that
okay because I can clean things. I can clean blood. That's no big.
I'll put that on over my clothes.
Okay, so you pull the uniform off of the gentleman and you're attempting to disguise yourself?
Yep.
So you also get a standard blaster pistol on the uniform, by the way.
Okay.
Belt holster. And it does have your rank insignia, which also adds a blue to any coercion or deception.
Okay.
And if you play really in character, I'll totally give you an upgrade as well for the uniform disguise for any deception checks.
Sounds good.
So, Aurora, you stop and see Castox put the uniform on over his stuff. Thankfully, it's sized just right to fit over his armor and all. And which way are you guys headed? There's a big arrow that says off to the left further is the bridge, or back the other way to the main lift.
I missed it earlier. Which way was into the second engineering? Isn't that where we're going? Or was that where we're at now?
Yeah, that's down the airlift. But do we want? I mean, I kind of want to explore a little bit. I want to see what's on the bridge.
Okay. If we go to the bridge, that's where we would fly the ship out. If we wanted
We should,
to.
yeah, we should see if it's even what that possibility is.
Okay. All right, let's go to the bridge.
Okay, so you guys.
And Zeke was with us.
Zeke was like, "I'm gonna go fix the engine unless you guys tell him otherwise."
Oh, you can do that.
You're gonna let your engineer go wandering off alone?
I mean,
how about Zeke would come with us to the bridge where you can do a readout of all the systems to determine what needs to be fixed the most.
Okay. Before Aurora smashes this ship up too.
Yep.
that's the Zeke I know and tolerate.
Okay, so you guys are following the big blue arrows that point towards the bridge. When you get up to a section of big double doors, Zeke goes over there and he tries the mechanics of the doors, and he just like looks back and gives out a sigh that these doors seem to be fused shut.
Fuse shut, you say?
And he just sighs and slaps his pantaloons and points at the little control panel where you can see all these wires like caught fire and burned.
I mean, I have a very easy solution.
As he totally does the Will Smith hand gesture towards the door of go for it.
Let me bust out my lightsaber and cut through.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a very easy roll as you whip out your lightsaber. What does it look like for all to see?
Oh man, didn't I describe it last time? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think you kind of did, but I was going to put you on the spot to describe it again.
I don't remember. Oh, I'm trying to remember what color I said it was going to be because that's the important part.
I mean,
Color
did you put
consistency.
in the new crystal? Because that could be a thing.
I can't remember if I did or not. Probably.
I mean, you can totally just say you did if you want to.
Yeah, I told. Well, okay, but isn't it like evil crystal?
It's a crystal. There's no evil. I mean, it's a barber ingot crystal, which basically means it burns hotter than a normal lightsaber. But there's
Yeah,
no like
I dropped.
there's no
I
like
dropped it in.
good or evil. You get to pick the crystal color.
Mm.
According to Wikipedia, it's a typically, it's found on the irradiated planet of Barbel 1. The crystals are found in clusters in the planet's mountains and were hot to the touch. They also glowed and, when
Ooh.
used in a lightsaber, created a powerful, fiery blade that made the entire lightsaber slightly radioactive.
Are you gonna start calling me Kylo? Fuck
No, Kylo's is the cracked lightsaber crystal, and that's why it goes.
you.
Yours is fiery, so it's, or like Thundar the Barbarian's cool sword. Like, slightly radioactive.
I mean, it's space. Who cares? Okay, hold on. Okay. Yes, I dropped it. And I picked a good color. I remember, but now you're telling me I changed my color?
Well, maybe it's the same color. That's up to you. I'm giving you narrative control. Fly with it. I know it's like 11 o'clock at night and you've had double duty today.
Oh, I did beyond double duty. Oh my god. I had a 10 o'clock. I had a 2:30. I had a 4 o'clock. I had a 6 o'clock, and I had a 9 o'clock.
Oof.
Yeah, welcome to being my 9 o'clock.
Well, I appreciate you for your 9 o'clock.
I need my 9 o'clock for my sanity. Let's see. Okay. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Da da da.
As Zequa looks at you and goes, "Bwaga, bwaga, bwaga," which totally translates to "not with Castox's body." You're too pale and dry-skinned. And that's coming from a Rhodian that comes from a swampy planet.
Well, fuck. Okay. How do I say nicely in Rhodian? Sometimes it's not always an offer, and in your case, it never is.
So you're
Man,
gonna cut the door open?
Yes, with my orange lightsaber.
Orange lightsaber blade lights up, and immediately Zeke was like, "Is that radioactive?" As his little Geiger counter starts going click, 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 and you attack
Dead
the
silence?
door. Go ahead
Jim?
and yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your lightsaber attack.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Now we
Can you
can.
hear us?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
God. Ooh, I can hear you.
Megan, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yep.
you.
Okay, cool, because you started describing things and then you went quiet.
So your orange blade rips into existence with a slight fieriness to it and a little warm radiation coming out of your lightsaber. Go ahead and make your lightsaber attack so we see how well you disembody this door.
Okay.
I got scared and thought we lost you for a second there.
No, I did a deep, heavy sigh so you could hear me. Okay, there it is. Okie dokie.
You massacre the door and you make this beautiful opening big enough for a person to go through. What shape of an opening do you make?
I
Hexagon.
Okay, yes, I'll go with hexagon. That's a lot cooler than what I was gonna say.
Okay, you do this really cool spinning move that leaves a hexagon shaped hole between the two doors as the metal platings hit the floor. Go ahead and for that 2 threat, as you cut through the durasteel on the door here, you notice the smoke coming off the edges that you cut through. All of a sudden, at first, the smoke is floating up like you would normally expect. And for those 2 threat, a half second after you enjoy your handiwork and look, you notice that the smoke tendrils coming off the burnt edges are flowing inside the next room. Like something is sucking the smoke in that direction. Very softly, very subtly. But enough that you easily noticed it when you cut through steel with your fiery blade. I mean, it definitely leaves extra slaggy edges when it cuts.
Well, that's something worrisome.
As Zeke totally puts his elbow on his right elbow on his left hand and puts his hand to his chin and says, "Well, that's another way we could open the door." And he gives you a thumbs up with a little sucker finger that Rhodians have.
I mean, you guys know now, so I can be a little more loosey-goosey if there's no one else around.
Yeah. And as soon as the deck plating pieces fall into the next room, that room's automatic red lights click on and start lighting up that room. Who's going to be the first one to walk through the safe entrance hole that she made through the doors?
Why did you emphasize safe?
Because how else can I generate paranoia? I mean, because it's safe.
So I'll go through.
Okay.
I'll take a look around.
So as Castox comes through, you totally notice that when you look at the door she cut the hole through, you can clearly see on the inside someone welded the door shut from this side. They actually took a little arc welder and zipped the hinges so they can't open, which is probably why Ezekiel couldn't get the door open. And almost immediately when you go in there, your ears kind of pop, telling you that there's an air pressure change as you went from the main hallway to this room. And it seems to be getting better as the air comes flowing into this area to decompress it. Or repressurize it, I should say.
Well,
Okay.
so I guess the vibes are off, so we should be on our lookout for whatever's going to happen in the oxygen change room. I'm gonna walk through with you.
Okay. Head over to one of the control panels to see if you can have the ship read out of what was wrong.
Yeah, can we have Zequa do a diagnostic and see what's working and what's not?
Zequa, totally sighs and says, "Sure, I can totally do that." And he goes over to the computer panel and plugs in his little hackety computer that he carries. And he goes click, 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 click. And immediately comes back and says, "Uh-oh. This part of the ship is losing a little air pressure, and according to these sensors, the bridge just ahead through 2 doors," and he points the way your guys are going, apparently is completely depressurized. And he pulls up the display and shows it to you guys, and the bridge has this big red blinky unsafe for oxygen breathing species warning going across it. 0 oxygen.
0 oxygen. Too bad you're so anti-droids, Castox. This would be a perfect opportunity to send a droid in there.
And
I don't know.
Castox just gives you a sarcastic look as he reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a little hubcap shape and pokes its nose, and his little droid pops open from the hubcap, and he says, "Since when am I anti-droid?"
Castox?
No, she said I'm anti-droid.
Oh. I'm talking about
Yeah,
Zequel.
no, I don't. No, yeah, no, I know that Zequa is not anti-droid. I know Castox is very anti-droid.
Yep. But if he wants to send his thing over there,
Zequa totally goes over to a air duct and takes his little spanner out and pulls the panel off and helps his little droid friend into it. And he basically looks back at you, Aurora, and says, "What do you want me to have him do?"
I want him to see. So there's no air pressure. Is it still? If we can get one of those little robots, can we send a robot in there to drive this for us? Or like, I just want to. I want full give me full diagnostics. Tell me what's going on, little robot buddy. Report.
And he just looks at you and looks at Castox, and he just like puts his hands in the air like Jesus Christ, and he starts walking, doing his cool little walking man walk down the air duct, and you hear the little boot prints going tonk 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 tonk. And Zequa totally looks back at you guys and said, "While he's doing that, we should head to engineering."
Okay.
It'll take him a while to get through the air ducts to the bridge.
If you say so.
you should get a better droid that can do it quicker.
And Zequa will totally give his droid his communicator so that way he can communicate with you guys.
That means Zequa wants to get lost, and so we have to keep an eye on him. Do we need to put him on a leash?
Damn. Immediately you hear the droid get on the comms going. He's keeping in radio contact.
Burr, 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 burr. I sing a couple beats back.
So Zequa looks at you guys and says it'll probably take him about 20 minutes to get to the bridge there through the airlocks, because he's going to have to open and close the air ducts to get there without decompressing, this part of the ship.
Okay.
Do you guys want to wait and screen swipe to when he gets there, or do you want to head off and do something else?
Well, didn't he ask us to go to engineering?
That's what Zequa wants to do, is to go ahead and make the repairs.
I mean, we can let him do that. Well, I mean, what are we gonna do? Am I gonna dance to Robot for 20 minutes? Come on. I mean, I can. But
it would totally be a screen swipe montage if you jam it in the corner.
Just me, dancing like a sim. No, we can babysit Zequa over in engineering. At least unless you have another plan, Castox.
No, we can go with Zequa.
So
you don't want to dance like a sim with me?
Nope. But we can go to engineering. It's just as boring down there.
Okay.
Oh, I will make it just as interesting. Don't worry. I can dance wherever I go.
Now, one of you guys give me a vigilance check as you're walking back the way you guys came.
Okay.
Ooh, more dead bodies appear.
It is now. Okay. Nothing of importance to note as you guys are walking back. You go past a couple space portholes. You see junk in space. little debris thing comes flying, and the cannons start lighting the debris into little ash. As you guys head back and you see the main lift, as you turn around a corner and there's this massive lift, you could easily get 20 people with their arms stretched wide and not touching each other's fingertips in this main lift, and there's a big error sign on the screen with cracks.
That's not good.
Nope.
As Zequa does some quick typing, and it says the lift is on sub-level 77D and is inoperable. And
Okay.
he basically says we could either open the doors here and take the stairs that are on the side of the lift, or we can use the engineering access tubes and go through the bowels of the ship. So basically,
I want to
go
take the
down.
tubes.
You want to take the little Jeffrey tubes? They're basically small crawlways through the floors and walls. I mean, you're less likely to fall 200 feet if you fall, as elevator shaft.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So he pulls a panel and hits a couple combination of buttons. It takes him 2 or 3 times to get it to work, and all of a sudden this little, it's about twice the width of your guys' shoulders, tube opens up, and he says, "These are the tubes. We got to be careful." And he is totally going to reach into his belt and pull out one of those little tiny gas masks of Star Wars that let you breathe in space. It's really just a respirator mask, but Star Wars. And he puts one on and says, "You don't know what kind of chemicals and gases we can run into down there."
Do we all have masks?
No, just Zequa. He's the only one who bought a mask. But if somebody wants to flip a light side and say you happen to have some of those masks yourselves, or there's a panel labeled safety masks, and you could push the button and pull 2 masks off of it for a destiny point, you totally can. See how
Yeah, I feel like that's the best course of answer. Yeah.
Okay. You bought it for a great price.
Excuse me.
As you put the gas mask on, and as soon as you breathe into this little, respirator mask, you kind of like belch because the air pressure change. As it shoots very stale air, but it's definitely breathable. It's just very, very got that metallic tint of like you're eating right out of a can. As Zico starts leading the way and tells you guys to zug zug, as he's going down, and you guys are still messing with that little panel to get the masks on. Few moments into it, you're all really glad that you have the masks, because he opens the next tube and this purplish smoke rises up past all of you guys, and it makes your skin tingle but doesn't really do anything to your skin. You're just glad that you're not inhaling whatever it is. As says Zico comments about what kind of gas it is, but you guys don't quite catch him because of the mask. Whatever he's saying is kind of muffled. As you guys are going through the bowels of the ship, somebody give me a vigilance check.
Okay. The pool set.
The pool is set.
Is that you that is like sniffing? Are you sick still?
Duncan's got the
No.
sniffles.
No, my wife makes the house really cold when she goes to bed, and so I need to go get my sweatshirt.
Oh, that's a lot of sniffing for a cold house.
Well, see what it is the Jeffrey tube is very cold because it's not heated, and the fumes, even in the mask, are making his eyes water and his nose run.
Yeah, or just need to blow my nose to get it out, versus sucking it back in all the time. So
there you go. So
let's go failure with 2 advantage.
With your failure and 2 advantages, you guys kind of like you think you know the right way to go as you guys get lost in this section where there's like a 6-way opening, and it's Zico kind of shakes his head and looks at you since you know the ship's layout so well, and you pick a corridor that you're pretty sure is right. You guys end up, after an hour of traveling, realize it is not, in fact, not right. As you guys
An hour.
you backtrack because you went the wrong direction. As you guys retake the quest, give me another vigilance check.
Do you want me to do it this time?
I mean,
Sure,
you can do it if you
try.
want.
Okay.
As you also lead the way of, hey guys, let's try this way. You guys realize after a while there's like, you end up in the sewage reclamation deck, and Zico's just like shaking his head that this is not the right way. And he leads you back to where you guys were going the wrong distance, but you're all of you guys give me a resilience check. Gonna be
all of us. All both of us.
all both of you. Zeke was looking tired. Aurora, go ahead and suffer 2 strain as you're looking tired.
Suffer.
Resilience is full set.
Yep.
Chat's going crazy.
And
Two advantage.
Castox, go ahead and take 2 strain as well for this hike that you're taking through the bowels of the ship in very cramped quarters. And you're breathing through these little masks. And they are starting to run out of gas. It's getting real close as Zequa points to a little "You Are Here" map that was covered in dust. That when he rubs it, you just see this like sheet of dust come falling off of it. And he basically points, is here where we're wanting to go? And he points in the general area. For those 2 advantages, would you like to say yes, that's the correct location to go to?
Yes, that is the correct location to go to.
In which case, Zeke was like, well then I will take the way. And he goes, and he basically goes up to a wall panel after about 20 more minutes of climbing through these tubes. And he points at the panel. This should be where we're wanting to go. And he's basically looking at Aurora to see if you want to lightsaber it or you want him to take his tools out.
You doing work. I know you enjoy to do work.
Okay, you say that, Zequa sighs and pulls out his hyper spanner and starts going, and the door slowly starts cranking open. And one of you 2 give me a vigilance check.
Okay. Is the pool set?
The pool is set.
3
Nice.
success, 5 advantage.
Okay, so as he's cranking at this door, it kind of opens like an iris. Like a camera iris opening up. As it starts to open up, the 2 of you are looking through the portal, and you clearly see what seems to be a redundant backup engineering area. And the first thing you notice as you look at this very miniaturized version of an engineering room, it's got all the equipment, but it's tiny compared to what you're used to seeing for a ship this size, because it's really just the backup systems. You see a very polished and shiny protocol droid chassis robot, very, very humanoid with head, arms, and legs. And the droid seems to be giving orders to 4 maintenance droids. They're the type that have the little box with tank treads and the long shaft with 12 different tool arms hanging off them, sort of like a jellyfish, but with tank treads at the bottom. And he's giving them orders, and you hear him say something about the second ship that is boarded.
The second ship that is boarded.
I mean, you were crawling through this ship for a long time.
I'll go up. I'll walk up to the droid and droid, what's going on? Give me a full report. as I'm Captain. Did the guy have a name that we saw
It
that
was
the uniform came from?
Deor Dedenson.
They, and what rank?
He was a junior lieutenant, but it's still an officer.
All right, so like droid, I'm Junior Lieutenant Droidenson. What's going on? What is the second ship you're talking about?
Okay, so since you are in the uniform and you are addressing him appropriately and you have your rank and insignia on your lapel there, give me a deception check with an upgrade and a blue. I've already got him in there for you.
Okay.
And you do have a light side point if you want to use it, but you brazenly do not use it. And the droid immediately turns to you and tilts its head like it's shocked that you were standing there this whole time. And it says, Junior Lieutenant, I regret to inform that we have been boarded by 2 craft. And he sticks his hand up and shows the number 2, and he points at a exterior camera that shows you guys come crashing in, and then like you can't really see what happens because the crashing spaceships they got knocked down from the ceiling smashed the camera, and then it shows a timestamp of about an hour after you guys boarded. A second ship basically opened its cargo bay and spit out garbage and took a couple blaster shots as it got close enough to the deck where it stuck itself to the hull and started cutting into the hull of the ship at primary engineering.
And it was not the ship we saw earlier. It's another crew.
It's another rival crew, yeah.
They are breaking into our ship. How many units do you have to be able to go deal with those saboteurs?
Inconceivable! We are being boarded after all of these cycles. Uh, uh, Unfortunately, I am only in charge of maintenance. I have access to 10 maintenance droids, like my fellow colleagues here. And he gestures to the little maintenance droids who totally do the boop 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 as they lift their hands up to acknowledge you, and they blink their little binocular looking heads at you.
Who has control? Where are the controls to the security droids?
Unfortunately, we have no security droids left on the ship. The attackers. Sir, were you not privy to the reports? The attackers took out all the Marines and security droids before being driven off the ship. They planted charges and blew up the ship from the inside, damaging our engines and the hyperspace engines. It was horrible. We thought everyone evacuated on the lifeboats when the commander said the bridge was being assaulted from outside by Sith warriors. And he gets all dramatic, drama queen when he says Sith warriors.
No, we apparently got knocked out before all of the before all the before that attack happened. So we need to make sure we secure the ship. I will take the people with me, and we will go deal with those saboteurs. Can you have your maintenance droids fix the ship so we can be ready for travel when I get back?
Unfortunately, my maintenance droids have insufficient skills to do any real repairs. They're just meant to do minor, they call it facial damage. But I don't know why they call it facial damage, since spaceships don't have faces. And yes, he definitely seems like he's got a few glitches that he needs a mind wipe.
Okay.
No,
well,
you don't mind wipe them when they're that sentient. That's evil.
As you're definitely getting the idea, his maintenance droids are just fancy Roombas.
Okay. Well, go have your droids look through the ship to see where those intruders are, and relay back their location so we can go deal with them.
Oh, yes, sir. And he turns around and goes, PC 17, R19, NC 17. And he addresses all 5 of the droids and sends them off in different directions. And do not engage, but report once you have encountered any of the invaders. They won't be wearing uniforms like the junior lieutenant here, and they are not to be trusted on the ship. They could be Sith warriors. And he gets all nervous, and you hear this rattle between his knees. Commander, what frequency of comm are you on so I can make sure to communicate you? I've been equipped with the latest, well, as of a decade ago, latest communications technology.
Channel 7.
Channel 7. And he does this, like, you can see he's computing the channel 7 to his comm system, and you hear his voice come through your comm and hear him talking right next to you. And says, "Yes, Junior Lieutenant, I will stay here and proceed to give you the intelligence of the maintenance droids. Is one of you going to stay behind here to assist?"
Don't split the party.
Zequel
I was gonna say,
totally eyeballs
since
you guys.
I say, oh, wait, they docked onto the spot that we're supposed to go to.
They docked onto the primary engineering. Zequa could do what he needs to do from secondary engineering.
George, do you have do you have the most accurate layout of this ship with the working turbo lifts?
Oh yes, my droids and I are in charge of basic maintenance and cleanliness on the ship. Here's what you're looking for, and he goes over to the console and sticks his data spike finger into it and pulls a data spike out of the console and hands it over to you. It says, "This data spike will contain all the safe routes for our organic passengers. And again, I do apologize for not finding you on this ship after all of these years. I am no medical droid, but I am shocked and awed at your resilience for lasting so long on this ship."
Oh, we need to go to secondary engineering to get to make some repairs, and then but keep you informed of the location of the saboteurs.
Oh, excellent. Well, this is in fact secondary engineering. Do you mean the primary engineering deck?
Oh, so we're at where Zequid needs to be?
Yeah, we're at
Yes.
where Zequid needs to be. Yeah.
Oh, then we'll stay here while Zequid does the repair until and see if you get information about the saboteurs.
Okay, as you guys get this screen swipe, as he gives you the map to get to primary engineering, as like 3 or 4 warning lights turn on, as your friend droid CD goes, "Oh my, they're attempting to tamper with the engineering bay." And Zeke was like trying to do his repairs. He's working on the first of his 3 repairs as he looks at you guys to see what's going on.
Do you have any droid? Do you have uh, any actions you can do to slow down their progress, the saboteurs' progress?
I'm not sure unless I. And he goes and clicks the button, and he says, "NC-17, I, your most benevolent manager, appreciate all of the labor you've done for this last 10 cycles. I would wish for you to ask them for their identification and see if you can distract the one that currently is hacking into the computer." And you see the little robot's camera view pops up on the view as he's hiding behind an access panel, and he looks over the counter, and you see there's 4 guys, and one is like elbows deep into one of the control panels, and there's all these red lights going off while he's doing whatever he's doing. And the droid just gives a meow. And then it comes, you see from the droid's perspective, it shuffles out, and then it walks over and it turns, and it clicks a button on a control panel, and you see a couple cameras flick to life in the engineering bay. So you're seeing the scene from like 5 different angles, including the droids. As the droid comes up and pokes the guy who's elbows deep in the console as his friends didn't even notice him sneak up. And the droid goes "Burp, burp, 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 burp," and the guy turns around and just screams when he sees the robot, and he screams, "Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it," and his buddies turn around, pull out blaster pistols, and gun down NC-17.
No.
And Zico immediately turns over after he finishes the first of 3 repairs and gets ready to start the second one. And he looks at the screens that are now flickering on, and he basically points over to the red lights that you're seeing pop up on the engineering deck. And he's basically in Rhodian goes, "Guaco squas squas skis skis kawa." And the subtitles totally read, "What is that idiot doing? He's going to set the reactor to blow if he's not careful. He's already tripped 2 of the system security alarms."
Aurora, do we need to go down there and deal with the saboteurs?
I think we do.
And Zico totally looks at you guys and says, "Keep that idiot from putting his hands anywhere in that engineering room."
Okay. Let's take the fastest path down there.
Yep.
Okay. And conveniently, CD will give you a beautiful quick course. Do me a favor, and as you are following his planned course, I'm going to give you a blue dice. Go ahead and give me either a vigilance or athletics. So vigilance if you're following the shortcuts to the letter, or athletics that you guys are running like Batman and Robin 60s style.
Vigilance it is. Just pull ready.
The pool is ready. Okay.
2 success.
2 successes. You guys are following the course. So in no time at all, you skid to a halt just outside the doors that have like little red police lights dangling down from little recessed openings. And you clearly see in the now flashing red lights, because it was dim, emergency lighting. Now you see these emergency lights just flashing that something is wrong, but there's zero sound, which is eerie as shit. And you see the main engineering hatch, which is like this 20-foot wide door by 15 feet. And you do recall, as you see this little thought bubble pop up, and it's the droid CD saying that this data stick will help give you access, or you can use your identity credentials, Junior Lieutenant.
I'll use my identity. Credentials.
Okay, you whip out your little code cylinder out of your uniform and you stick it in the door, and immediately the doors slap open, and you see this engineering room looks like an absolute war zone. There's lightsaber scars in the ceiling and the walls. Panels have been cut and shot open. You see clearly where the main engines controls, some bombs were detonated inside this room from the way there's explosions blossoming out like flowers.
Do you think Zequel will even notice? Oh, excuse me. Do you think Zequel will even notice if these guys do anything else in here?
I mean, there's
Probably
all
not.
kinds of red lights that are growing and shrinking in intensity in here. So you're thinking whatever Zeke was doing, is going to get the ship moving, but whatever these idiots are doing in here could blow it up while it's moving or before it gets moving.
I'm not a fan of blowing up.
And immediately when the door snaps open, they look at you and you look at them because they gun down poor NC-17 as the droid just has one pathetic arm reaching out for help as it's on its side and all shot to shit. Its other arms are blown off. Only the dangly eye optical sensor is wiggling out where it can barely see what's right beneath it as it's scratching on the deck plating, not moving, but still trying to crawl away from the hail of gunfire that took it down.
Oh,
Go ahead and roll me your vigilance initiative on the combat tab. I like how that was just an
Well, that doesn't count as rolling. Me going, ugh.
It almost counts.
What the fuck a duck? Okay. Vigilance.
Vigilance. Yep.
How does that count as unexpected? We knew they were there, Jim.
I mean, if you want a
I
champion for
disagree.
rolling cool, I'd give it to you.
I do. We went to hunt them down. We knew they were behind there.
Okay, then I will give you cool if you want to use cool. If you want to throw a quick word towards Castox of what the plan is as he whips out his ID badge and slaps it in there.
And you have the same roll.
Exact same roll. That's really funny. I still stand by my argument. Attack! That's our plan. We go smashy smash.
So I was going to try to use a force and just tell them to get lost.
Ooh, I like that.
So,
man.
as the door snaps open and Aurora yawns, thinking it's going to be a cakewalk. And do you still have your lightsaber out, glowing all pretty orange?
I would assume she doesn't. Did she disappear again?
I think we may have lost her, where she yawned and took herself out.
I'm back. I'm here.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Do you still have your...
And yes, I have my lightsaber out. God damn it.
Because
We can hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Do your lightsaber out.
Okay.
Yes.
So as soon as the doors open and there's Aurora with her glowing orange lightsaber and Castox in his Republic uniform, the leader of these guys goes, "Oh shit, there's a Jedi and a Republic soldier on this wreckage. We weren't told about that." And he pulls his blaster out with his quick draw. And since you guys haven't gone yet, he's going to give himself a blue dice. And he's going to aim for another blue dice. And he's going to shoot at the Jedi. What is your range defense?
My range defense can be found. It is Uno.
It is 1. Okay. And you guys are just at medium range when you open the door. So he's just like, "What the hell?" As he's not liking this whole seeing a lightsaber bullshit. That shit scaring the crap out of him, you notice. He seems very upset
Good.
about
That means his hand is shaky, and he should have to roll with disadvantage.
Well, it's not like he's that intimidated.
Oh, screw you. He's scared as shit. He pooped his pants. I could smell it from here.
Look at you winning hearts and minds. As he takes that shot towards you, as my malware bites keeps popping up. And misses.
Is your what?
The malware bites, the actual antivirus program keeps popping up, so I'm trying to see what the results were. He rolls 2 advantage and no successes as you easily deflect with the lightsaber the blaster bolt.
Pew pew.
And he's
Tink,
gonna specifically give you a black dice for your next action because you were just like, "Oh shit," knocking that bolt out of your face. So, before his goons go, you guys get to go. Who's gonna go first?
I'll go first.
Well, you said you were going to mind trick him, right? Or
Yep.
attempt to?
Yep.
I think you should do that before we save us some fighting if we can.
So I will use influence and say, this job was given to us. You guys need to pack up your tools and get out of here before any real trouble starts.
Now, quick question. Is your main target the guy who just shot at Aurora? Or the 3 goons that totally have the feel of goons?
So it typically would target the hardest discipline. Versus if I'm affecting multiple people, my interpretation is it goes after the hardest discipline.
That's
So
what
I would like to
I'm
try to affect
asking
them all.
if you want to include all of them.
Yep, I want to try to include all of them.
Okay. That I just needed to know that for your difficulty.
Cool.
And I'm totally gonna do that.
Okay.
Now we should have at least a fighting chance as you reach out with the force to manipulate these idiots to get off your ship.
All right. Is the pool ready?
The pool is ready. Damn.
4 successes, about 3 threat. I will use my 3 dark side. Well, I'll spend my light side point to be able to use light side points. Do cab. So I have 6 pips to play with. 6, 7, actually 7, 8. Because my other ability. So I will stay. Let's see, how many do you need? 1 to start it.
And they're at medium range for everybody.
Okay. So 1 for range. 1. Then there's 4.
There's 4 total. Yep.
So 2. 1 for the 1 to start it. 1 for range. 2 for magnitude. That takes me to 4. 5 to make them believe what I want them to, and then I'll do 6, 7, 8 to increase the duration that they believe it for by 45 minutes.
Damn. And what is the exact goal you're wanting them to do?
You need to leave the ship and get back on your own ship and head away.
Okay. And as you say that, they all kind of like, you see their weapon arms just droop to their side, and they look around like, what the hell are we doing here? This is, we need to get on our ship and go. And they all start, the 3 other guys like nodding their head, yeah, we gotta go. As they all kind of like holster their weapon. And for your 3 threats, the guy who's elbows deep in the console working on things totally looks at the rest of them and says, yeah, we gotta get back to the ship, guys. And as he turns to go to you obviously see there's a hole in the floor about a good, 40 feet away from where they are, where they cut into the ship. As he turns and pulls his arms out of the console where he was in the middle of working on something, he just drops some mechanical contraption that you don't quite recognize. And as soon as he does, you see every light on the panel he was working on turn angry red. Like dark magenta red. Do me a favor and roll me a d6. Something happened when he was in the middle of the repair and he just said, what was I doing again? And pulled out the piece and dropped it on the floor while your influence made him forget everything else he was doing. As, little vital MacGuffin hits the ground and breaks open. And you see this, like, warning sign saying engine reactor overload in 40 seconds. 4 turns, basically. And they all start shuffling off towards the hole in the floor that is obviously their umbilical cut into the deck. They're clearly leaving unless somebody does something. But more importantly, you see that the guy that was working on the reactor really fucked something up. Because all of a sudden this mechanic stopped thinking about what he was doing and he really wants to leave. Beautiful time for a bunch of bad
Close.
guys.
Isn't that what we want them to do, though?
Yeah, you want them to leave, but the engine is now going into basically meltdown. And you have 4 turns to
Okay.
stop it somehow.
Okay. So, Castox, do we stop him and try to get him to help? Or do we, like, play telephone with Zequa and see if he can talk us through the repairs?
I think we play telephone with Zequa.
Okay.
You guys run up to the control panel.
Yep.
Okay, Aurora, are you doing anything on your turn? Before we count down from 4 to 3, we have a countdown timer. Now we've got drama.
Yikesies. I don't think so.
I mean, you might as well try something rather than losing a countdown.
I mean,
You can call out to Zequa to let him know what's going on and get the first steps.
okay. Well, here, let me ask you something. Well, yeah, that was kind of what I was thinking. I have manipulate that is specifically for machine components.
You do have the force power manipulate.
Can I try it?
You can try it. How many points do you have in manipulate? What is the level of your power?
Um,
It's been a while since I've looked at that part of your character sheet.
Force power page 15. Reference EV-37.
Okay, do me a favor. Go to your combat tab.
I think that's where I'm at. I think I'm at my combat.
It might be. Let me scroll down and find out. Gotta pull up your character sheet.
Yep, I'm in combat.
As Roll20 is loading very slowly.
I have 3 different I've leveled it up 3 times.
Okay, so let's see what you've got.
Yep. Excuse me.
So many force powers.
Yes.
I mean, you've even got
I've been hiding them.
So you can use shape machine components on the molecular level, allowing you to mend damage to mechanical systems. The force user may spend half sense black white circles to cause one vehicle or starship that is engaged with them to recover 1 system strain. The user may activate this multiple times. Okay, you also have strength, which means system strain threshold of 1, vehicles gauged by 3 per committed dice. So basically, you can commit one of your force dice to keep the thing working. When the power is spent to cause the target to recover additional system strain. Okay, and ongoing, commit one damaged weapon or item counts as being undamaged. Okay, so on the top of your sheet, you've got force dice. See the force rating you've got there? You've got a threshold of 1 force dice. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. So on your character sheet, see at the very top of your dice pool where you have 1 octagon dice there? Do me a favor and roll that 1, hit the D20 symbol to roll that 1 octagon dice. You're wanting to get a whole bunch of light pips. Unfortunately, you got dark pips because the ship is making screaming, painful noises at you, and you're just like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And you're touching it, and you're reaching out to the ship with the force. Now, would you like to use the dark side of the Force to help fix this part?
Yes.
So, to use dark side points, since you are not a dark sider, and there's all this fear and anxiety of warning signs, and the ship's basically telling you it's going to blow up any second, you'll need to spend a destiny point. You're going to have to spend a light side and take 2 strain for tapping into the dark side of the Force. Okay. With your boosted ability, you can repair 4 system strain to this machine.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So as soon as you reach out with the Force and you start mending the machine's components with just the Force on a molecular level, and Castox is looking at you touching the machine, and the machine is healing, almost like it's organic, as it's vibrating and pieces are coming back together. For your 4 strain, the control panels go from blaring angry red, we're going to blow up in 4 turns, to a gentle, we're not feeling so good yellow.
All
Meaning
right. That
that
gets us.
the countdown to explosion has stopped.
Sweet.
As Castox, you just witnessed her healing machines with the Force. Take that using your vampiric heal power of Jedi.
I'm gonna wink at you and be like, that gives us time for Zequa to unwad his panties and fix this for us for real.
Okay.
And as you guys turn around, you realize the last of the scrappers are crawling down their tube. And as soon as you hear the space ejettison-y sound as the ship's disconnecting, and the ship's self-repair sequence kicks in and a panel slams shut to protect the ship from exploding or decompressing. You guys hear
Did we just get locked in the room?
as you hear, no, the doors that you opened are still wide open.
Okay.
This was the scavengers jumping through the hole they cut to get in the ship. They jump down the hole
Okay,
to their
good.
boat, and they're taken off as they feel the job is done and they're not needed here. So they should get out of here. And as you guys look, you notice a few energy output meters start to, like, the machines start going vroom, 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 vroom. And then the ship kind of shudders again, and it sounds very reminiscent to when those guns were going off. You guys heard.
Did we just murder them?
As
We did not. This
as
is action at the droids.
as unseen by you guys, but the camera outside the ship sees their ship zooming off, and it gets a good distance away from the ship, and they're just flying in a driving Miss Daisy straight exit vector to the safest way through, and 3 turrets all converge on them and just vaporize them with 3 blasts.
No.
As you guys look around and see that these guys have left tools, and oddly enough, the exact crate you guys have on your cargo hold, there's an exact duplicate of that crate sitting right there on the deck, near where the guy is gutting the computer system there.
So now we have two sets of parts.
And some new tools. Zequa, happy birthday!
And as soon as you say Zequa happy birthday, you get the doo 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 doo, and he just starts going off very excited, and he's basically giving you guys the rundown of he made it to the bridge. Unfortunately, it looks like someone attacked the bridge window and blew it up from the outside in, killing everybody. And he basically is transmitting some footage through his eyeballs to you guys on the console that you're nearby. And you see that there's dozen dead bodies at their consoles. And as he
Oh my
looks
God.
up at the window, that should have been a nice big bridge window, it clearly looks like people took some bombs or lightsabers to the outside of the glass to blow it up.
Oh man.
And you can see the inside control panels. Somebody must have been wearing spacesuits when they blew through the glass, and they like shot the consoles and shot the people sitting behind them if the decompression didn't kill them quick enough.
Well, I don't think we're gonna be able to fly this the traditional way.
As
Nope.
you know,
I wonder.
Ziku's droid totally goes up to the control panel, and he just like is pretending to fly by pushing buttons.
I mean, so you brought up a really good question earlier, Castox, asking if we have a tractor beam. I bet this ship has a tractor beam, and we could have it tractor beam onto us, and we drag it that way.
If
It
they work
does.
that way, I'm game.
It does in fact have a tractor beam if someone shoots it good enough. As
Or,
Zeke chimes in with these zaka 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 and says, "Oh, I only have to install one
Zaka-zaka-za.
more component, and we can always pilot through hyperspace from the secondary engineering console." And then his little
Oh,
droid chimes in and says, "Yes." As he looks over at the control panel and a little red blinking screen, he wipes the dust off with his little mechanical hand, and it says, Engine controls transferred to secondary engineering due to critical systems failure."
well, that's less dramatic. I mean, I thought it would be really fun to drag this giant thing with our tiny little tugboat with a reverse tractor beam. But
And
fine, we'll do it the normal, boring way.
Zeke totally gives you a hard time of, "I thought you knew your ship. Our hyperspace engine couldn't drag this much tonnage unless we go at 1/10 of our normal speed. Do you want to be in hyperspace for 28 days?"
I mean, it sounds like a vacation to me.
As he just sighs and throws his hands up as he gets back to work putting the last component together. As
Thanks, Sequa.
his little droid responds to you, Captain Aurora, and asks, "Captain Aurora," which is more of a boop 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 boop. "Do you want me to disengage the secondary engineering control override?" You probably don't want him to do that because that would basically unplug Zequa from being able to activate the engines.
Mm, I appreciate it, but no, we need that attached.
And then he just makes this shruggy sound and says, "But I still do good."
You did excellent.
And then he salutes. You see on the deck camera that's showing him, he salutes the closest camera and says, "Thank you, Captain Aurora. What is your next command?"
Back to our temporary base in engineering 2, and we will and reward yourself with a little bit of an oil gummy.
Oil gummy.
I don't know what they treat themselves.
Synthetic CBD. I mean, it is oil,
I was
right?
more thinking like, well, I was more thinking like I went from Wizard of Oz to a gummy bear.
or or even better yet, it's like the oil of Olay capsules. You know that you twist the little end off and you squirt a little of the oil out. Just a moose boosh of oil for a droid. Ooh, little
Oh
drop.
my god! Just tiny little toot toot
Bloop. Just enough
to
to
be
get into the
fancy.
joints,
Little
fill them up. So he basically salutes you, and he's going to get back to the air ducts and start working his way back to where his boss is. As you have magically healed the engine, as Zeke was like, "How did you fix it?" He's in awe over what it is that you did. Somehow you repaired a critical ready to explode malfunction with just the magic touch.
Zequa doesn't know I magically touched it. I used my advanced computing skills and was able to fix it.
Ah, you were able to do a magical bypass as he seems to be very impressed.
Well, it's because of all those extra tools that were laying around. He usually hoards all the tools. I had my own set of tools. I was very, very helpful.
As you guys are making your way back to secondary engineering, he asks, what coordinates would you like me to head to, Captain?
You know, those coordinates.
The ones we're supposed to go to with the ship.
Yeah, duh.
You're gonna go to the actual drop-off site.
Or yes, salvage commission tower.
Let's see.
Yep, it's
Yeah,
salvage
like,
satellite basically.
Yeah, Port Casa Salvage Commission Tower is where it looks like.
Okay. So as soon as he shutters the engine and starts to make it move, let's see how well his piloting is compared to yours. You're letting him take this thing out of dry dock, so to speak. This is gonna be fun.
Oh my god.
I mean, he can wait if you want to have you do it instead of him.
I mean, isn't 8 out of 10 good?
I mean, what's the 8 out of 10 supposed to be about? That's not his piloting skill.
It's not?
Oh no!
Oh, that's fucking Castock.
Yeah, I just rolled for something else.
Oh my god.
So as soon as he shutters the engines to life, you guys feel the whole ship vibrate. As he's like, I got this. And he's at the control panel saying, forward, you big bucket of bolts. And clearly, he starts to turn the ship in this debris field. And he's going deeper into the debris field. And as soon as he starts to go into the debris field, you hear the cannons on the ship are going off in all different directions because the cannons, their point of view is the cannon. They don't realize the ship is moving. They think the debris field is attacking the ship.
Oh my god.
So the guns start going off in rapid succession, shooting everything you guys are coming near. As he is going to take a crit on the ship.
He critting the ship? Ooh.
Yep, he failed his roll, so the ship's taking more damage.
They'll give him something to do later on and fix it.
You know what? We're going to tell him all the damage is his fault this time.
So everyone gets jostled as this thing runs into debris and the cannons are shaking. You and all of the droids on the ship take 1 strain each.
Like you said that like we know how many droids are on the ship.
Well, you just know that everyone on the ship, including his droid, just took 1 strain. Because everybody gets bounced around all Star Trek style. Now, as this
God, we're going like old school Captain Kirk.
Yep, old school Captain Kirk style, where you go to the left and then you go to the right. You guys do realize the droids are shooting the guns off, which is probably a bad thing if you're going anywhere you don't want to have someone shoot you back. Is there anything you guys are going to do about that?
Well, part of me thinks it might be fun to see if we like the droids shoot that ship nearby, but another part of me thinks we should probably go back to trying to figure out how to turn that off.
Yeah, draw power away from the weapons.
Okay. Which one of you is going to give me the mechanics roll to do that from engineering? It's just an average check since you're in the right spot. You just need to find that right breaker.
Well, I have 2 green, so I'm assuming. Do you have any better mechanics?
I have a green and a yellow,
And you're ahead of me.
and it's one of my career thingies.
Yep.
So since you just flipped, does that mean it's good for me to roll?
Yep, it's good for you to roll. Mechanics! Obviously, that flip was because of all the damage here. You're like, you hit the button, but the button doesn't work. What would you like for your
Sounds about right.
advantage?
The button doesn't do what it's supposed to do. It doesn't turn off the weapons.
It doesn't turn off the weapons.
Instead it does turn on the life support somewhere else that you had planned on it being turned off for us later.
Ooh. Okay. So immediately you hit the control panel and you're just like, damn it, and you smash your hands down the control panel, and immediately this blue light flickers on the life support system, so it reactivates to full use. Maybe that was what
Boom.
this idiot guy was trying to fix, was that one thing, and then you had to force magic the life support to work.
There we go.
Okay. So you're still hearing the ship go pachoo 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 pachoo. With your repairs, do you want to take over piloting from Zikwa?
Yes.
Okay. If you would like to commit your one force dice, I will say that the piloting console will work. Because that's one of the things you can do with your manipulate, is if you commit a dice, a thing just works. For some reason, it's magically working for you right now, even though it wasn't working before.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and give me your piloting check. Okay, so immediately you see where the ship is heading deeper into the debris field, and you're just like, nope. And you hit the override just like a classic, high school driver's ed teacher. You flip that switch, and now you're in control. And Zico's like, what? And he's making hand gestures at the camera that you're seeing, the view screen on your side. And you take over the engine and you turn it to get out of the debris field. As it's taking a little bit of system strain, you see some sparks blowing some fuses somewhere. Nothing that major, because you're literally holding this ship together with hope and a dream. As you pull it out of the debris fields, who's going to do the astrogation for the course to take it back?
Sequel.
Usually he's astrogates for me because my astrogate is less than his.
Okay, so he's going to have a blue dice because the client totally helped out. And here is his astrogation check. As he rolls a beautiful success and 3 advantages, reducing the travel time, as he says, here are your coordinates, Captain, and he feeds you this line of 10 numbers. Do you put it into the hyperspace, or do you have him do it?
He can do it.
Okay. Immediately he's reading you off the numbers, and you're just like, dude, you're on the secondary console. You can do it. And he starts mocking you and types in the number on the hyperspace coordinates and says, the coordinates is set, Captain. Are you going to hit the hyperspace?
I mean, you're asking me that at 11:57, like I don't have any other option.
I mean, you can always choose not to go to hyperspace.
Go gadget, let's GTFO.
Okay, you immediately hit the slide bar on the hyperspace controller as you look over at Castox. And Castox looks over at you and the ship starts rumbling. Is there anything Castox is going to do to stop the droids that are on the guns? You have one action before you take off to hyperspace.
We'll call out on the intercom system on the ship saying this is second lieutenant or assistant lieutenant or whatever my title was, Dorian. Stop firing all weapons at this time.
And the droids all start looking at each other. Does that sound legit? I don't know. How do I know? I don't know any organics on this ship. They've all been dead for 8 years. Do me a favor. I'm giving you a free upgrade and a blue
Okay.
dice. And I'm totally going to do that since it's the end of the night. And give me
Okay.
your deception check. As you put your little code cylinder in there to prove your identity.
I will. So depending on your interpretation, I can use force points on deception checks. Since it's on droids, I don't know if you count that, but
In this situation, I will totally let you do it since, you're just
okay.
trying to be a little more convincing.
Okay. So I'll use one dark side point. Actually, you just give me light side points. So I'll use 2 light side points for 2 successes, and take 2 strain from doing that, and give you a light side point back.
Okay, one success was all it takes. Is all of these astromechs on the 7 different cannons on the ship start looking at each other, and they're just like, "No, exterminate? Captain's last orders were to exterminate any vessel that gets near." And they all start jibber jabbering to each other in binary about how they've been following the admiral's last command to exterminate any ship that gets near his cruiser. What would you like for your triumph, by the way?
For to make sure that to make sure that the order is followed, all gunning droids power down.
And immediately across the ship, you don't see it except for on the occasional camera, but these 12 astromechs start unplugging from the automated cannons that they've been operating, and all go to their different power stations to plug back in and recharge. And the cannons go eerily silent as Aurora gets you guys out of the debris field, as of course some of the debris field follows you, but you quickly get out of it. And once you're out of the gravity well, she slides the hyperspace, and the ship goes cleanly getting you to your location, earning you a smooth 15 experience.
I have to go shopping again. Jesus.
The 3,000.
I think I lost you again. What did you say?
I just paused
You
my
got 15 experience.
15 experience, the 3,600 credits, and you're going to be getting salvage rights in a few months once they catalog and start cutting the ship up and figuring what its value is. Now, the question is, are you going to, before you get there, abscond with either one of the astromechs that were used for gunnery? Basically, they get to replace one skill for gunnery skill. Or CD, the protocol droid who's all about maintenance and cleanliness? Or are you going to leave him to get cash for them? Totally up to you guys.
I'm down with leaving them.
Captain?
Captain,
Yeah.
there. I don't think
Yeah,
we need more
I mean,
droids on our ship.
that if I have to choose between my most consistent non-crewmate or a droid I just met, I will take the cash.
Okay, so you guys are going to cash completely out. So next session, I'll tell you how much you made in royalties for your salvage.
Okay.
And
can you tell me the numbers again for for tonight's win?
it's in the chat. It's 15 experience and 3,600 credits.
36.
And you're
Okay.
going to be getting a very big number. I just need to see how much of that ship is still intact and what goodies can be found on it.
Okay. Let's see. 36 divided by 3. 12.
As one of the salvagers is going to say, I don't know how that main reactor didn't explode. It's like magically held on by a hope and a prayer. As you can pat the engine and say, may the force be with you. And the engine says, may the force be with you.
Okay. God damn it. Okay. Chicken socks. Okay. Mm. You guys there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just
You
being
guys are.
quiet while you doing math.
I do appreciate that, but then also tonight I've been like I've switched from 3 different types of ways to be on Discord tonight.
Disconnect paranoia is a real thing.
No, it's not paranoia. It's I got disconnected that many times I had to switch. I think the next time we're in a shop, I need to spend some of my ship money on this beauty.
Ah. Oh, and I was also going to let you know during Tucson Comic Con, Lizzie's going to be running Alien, the RPG. So we could always try to see about getting the Browncoats to play Alien too. Just saying. See how I'm trying to like pull you guys from your fan table to do things at con. Oh, I was also gonna ask.
Lizzie Jane Chuck.
Lizzie Blue Hair RPG.
Yep, that's
Yep,
the one.
yep. I was gonna say I think we've orbited the same Lizzie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't call her Lizzie. That's why I needed to confirm.
Oh. Kelly is totally looking forward to gaming with her again because she had such a great time having the stuffed animal thrown at her during a game.
I mean, who doesn't want to be xenomorph hugged?
I mean, last time I played with her, I got stuck with the ship's cat and I had to take care of Scrotum the entire rest of the game.
That's amazing.
All
That is
I'm
amazing.
All I'm gonna say is the hairless cat and I did not survive the end of the game, but we died together. I gave him a cigarette, I smoked my last cigarette, and we went out in a glorious ball of flame.
That is, I mean, if you're gonna die, a man dying with a hairless pussycat smoking a cigar is the way to go. Hey, Castox, you going to TCC? That's
probably only one day.
well, make sure you say hi when you're there.
Yeah, not sure if it'll be Saturday or Sunday, but we'll go down for one day.
I can guarantee.
I mean, we'll be there all the days.
Yep, at
Cool.
the Arizona Browncoats will definitely be a Kaylee that you might recognize.
Cool.
Maybe. Oh, I'm so mad. I got all the things to make myself a badger, and I was going to be the cutest Mark Shepherd known to man, and none of it came.
Oh no, the stuff you Etsy'd?
Yep.
Ugh.
And it's like, not, like, and that's so it's just not happening. So, but other costume pieces for pieces I'm not wearing at TCC came in.
Hey. Then you can lovingly put them somewhere in the house as you head down to Tucson.
Yes, pretty much. Ugh.
All right. Well, I gotta head out. Hope you have a good night. Thanks
All right.
for the game,
You
Jim.
too.
No problem,
Bye,
guys.
bro.
See you later. Have a good night.
Good job not blowing up, and I will see some of you on Saturday, and I will see some of you on the next, probably before Saturday.
Yep. Cool.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
All right, later, guys.
Bye.